Dr. Eyre, what does climate change mean for the way we as individuals use energy?
I think it means quite a lot of change over the next 40 years. The reason for that is that carbon emissions in the UK principally come from our use of energy, and individuals are responsible for half of those carbon emissions from the amount of energy that we use in our homes and that we use in personal transport. So there's going to be quite big changes in the way that we use energy as individuals. Some of it can be done through cleaner supply options, but those fuels tend to be more expensive than traditional fuels. And so reducing our energy demand, improving efficiency, using less energy is going to be a big priority if we're going to address climate change in a cost-effective way.
And how can we as individuals set about reducing demand in our daily lives?
Well, there's some very simple things that people can do almost immediately. We can reduce the setting on room thermostats. We can use showers instead of baths. We can switch off lights when we're not in a room. We can switch off the standby on appliances. When we're travelling, we can use the bus or the train instead of private car, where that option's available, of course. And we can cycle and walk more for short journeys. And the interesting thing is that people know these things. It's not something that we need to tell people more. It's a question of us all in our daily lives doing the environmentally friendly thing rather than the high carbon emitting option. So it's a question of changing people's social attitudes, and I think getting people really to believe that they individually have a role in combating climate change is quite an important way to do that.
But is it just about these small changes in behaviour?
No, in the longer term we're going to have to look at much more substantial changes to our technology, but the technology that will be used by individuals as well. So in transport we're going to be looking at greater use of biofuels, greater use of electric vehicles, and perhaps the biggest challenge is going to be in our homes, because UK homes have not been very energy efficient. We're going to need to look for major improvements in insulation, and we're going to need to look to heating systems that use low carbon renewable fuels, things like solar energy, geothermal energy and wood for heating. There is some progress being made. Homes are getting more efficient. The cheaper insulation options like loft insulation and cavity wall insulation are being installed in quite large numbers now. But in the longer term we're going to need to look to some of the more expensive options, so there is going to have to be very significant investment in refurbishing homes to a low carbon standard.